Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 10 of Direwolf20's Stoneblock series. I just grabbed myself 9 stacks of soul sand and compressed them into 1 stack of compressed soul sand, and I got what appears to be a rather healthy amount of, not so much gas tiers, but nether quartz. Oh yeah. Nether quartz for days. That's a lot of nether quartz, to be fair. Boy, I wish I had somewhere better to store all this nether quartz, and simultaneously, boy, I wish I had somewhere better to store all these resources I have. Luckily, that's the project that I'm going to work on this episode. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to take a look at, you guessed it, guys, refined storage. Totally up for a refined storage system. Meanwhile, wow, I've got a stack of iron ore chunks. Sweet. That's going to be 2 stacks of iron, right? Meanwhile, I've been, what's this, pulverized lead? Yeah, let's do this. I found an interesting thing. So you can combine hardened glass with other metals, right? And you can also combine like other types of hardened glass with lead to get normal hardened glass. If you want to just get like not copper hardened glass, but regular hardened glass. And every time you do this, you have a 15% chance to get rich slag. So as a side effect of that, and I believe it's a side effect, I don't know if it's intended or not, you can combine hardened glass with pulverized lead to get hardened glass with a chance of getting rich slag. So if you just, like, it uses up the lead, right, every time it runs. So like this is, if you have a lot of lead, you have a way of getting rich slag from lead, basically. It's not the best way to get rich slag. There's better ways for sure, but it's an option, right? Like, it's not a terribly bad option. In fact, I almost hesitate. Does this give me the rich slag? No, it gives me normal slag. So I can do, and that's going to give me, what, 1 iron? But what about you? If you go into a induction smelter with sand, you're going to get 2 iron and a chance at rich slag as well. So that's a thing. So, I mean, rather than pulverizing this stuff, what I could be doing is, because I kind of wanted to try, and I'm not going to do it this episode, but maybe in a future episode, using phytogrow and doing the the phytogenic insulator to get ourselves some crop seed growth going on. That's maybe a thing we'll do. Maybe a thing. So if I put you in there with a bunch of sand, which we should have a healthy amount of, courtesy of that. That's what I like about setting up these little automation dudes all around the place. Like, we've got a lot of gravel now, we've got a lot of sand, we've got a lot of cobble, we've got some resources in high demand. But this should slowly but surely create iron for us with a chance at getting slag. And we get 2 iron from it, so we're still ore doubling, so that's a thing, right? So let's just put you guys away for the time being. And I'm not going to call you a resource right now, so I'm going to do that. I've already got some rich slag because I've been doing that for a little bit. Also, between episodes, I expanded this area a little bit, threw down a few more Imperium seeds just to kind of fill out the area, and made myself a second set of redstone seeds. So that we're getting redstone at just a slightly faster pace. Cool? Yeah, very cool. So you should be harvesting that dude in a moment, right? He is in single mode, so what happens is I've kind of been, now that we have a larger farm, I see how this works. When he's in single mode, he kind of paths around and looks for a seed to chop, and then does it, and then like resets. I'm sure I can put him in area mode, which would chop down the whole area at once, but apparently that uses more cost of fuel, which would be more RF, I presume, right? So that's a thing we're going to want to watch out for. Now yeah, you're cool, right? You're not like having a problem on power. Nah, you're good. Cool. We have tons of power, courtesy of that, you know, speed upgrade thing going on. But I think I'd like to get into refined storage today if I can. That's relatively speaking kind of my plan. So let's get, you know, a bunch of you and a bunch of you, and maybe consider some refined storage basics. Does that sound like a smart idea? So we're totally going to want a little bit more redstone if we can. And we've got, wow, a healthy amount. That's going to be a good amount of redstone. Thank you very much. I like that. And finally discovered that we definitely get fertilized essence from that harvesting system. I wasn't sure, but it's such a rare drop. Ooh, look at all that redstone. I love it. We have almost a stack of redstone, which is like the best we've been for redstone for a while now. So I don't know if I'm going to go like crazy in refined storage because we're not at a point just yet where we have like a ton of resources refined storage wise, but I'm hoping we at least have enough that we can get like a pretty basic system up and running with the expectation that we can store a bunch of items and maybe do a little bit of auto crafting, just a little bit of auto crafting. Maybe not go crazy just yet because we're not as good in resource gen as I might be like preferring to be if I'm going to jump into refined storage, but I'm going to give it a shot and just see like how crazy can we. All right, so I think I have most of what we're going to want here. We'll see. So the first thing we need, obviously, is a controller. So we're going to need silicon. So there's a couple ways to make silicon, obviously. Let's look at the Ender IO silicon. Oh, that only comes from loot bags and chickens. All right, fair enough. The other type of silicon is refined storage silicon, which comes from mystical agriculture. Not terrible. 3 become 8. That's actually not a bad recipe at all. Maybe. What do those seeds look like? They're tier 2 seeds. We just need a little bit of silicon to make it happen. So that's a possibility. We might, but first let's look at our other options. So I can just smelt up quartz, which we just discovered quartz is like a super easy thing to get a lot of. Material Stonework Factory makes silicon. How cool is that? 4x breaks, right? So cobble to gravel, gravel to dirt, dirt to sand, sand to silicon. Nice. That's cool. We can also smelt nether quartz. So smelting nether quartz is a thing. Sag milling clay. Did I make a sag mill yet? I might have. And it's an 80% chance to get it. So it's either smelt silicon or sag mill clay. But I don't see like a sand. So a crusher, from what mod is that? Mechanism can make it. So mechanism's crusher. That's your other option. Is a crusher from mechanism like, oh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mechanism styled work. So that's fair. So let's just, for now, because we just got such a silly amount, like let's just smelt it up. Oh, and I made glass because like I know I'm gonna need glass in a minute. So what I'll do is just smelt up some silicon here and we'll call that a day, right? That should be cool. So controller, we're going to want one of you dudes. So we definitely need a quartz cutting tool. So let's get, I believe it's that. Yeah, that's the recipe for enriched quartz. That's cool. That ain't bad at all, honestly. So we get one of you dudes. Oh, that's right, we need cut silicon. Let's get like a bunch of that, because I know we're gonna need more than that. Let's get like a dozen. That sounds fair. So you, and then I should be able to do, sweet. And now we've got a controller. The other major important part we're going to want is a grid. So it's going to need a couple of these dudes. So we're going to want a little bit more iron. Hey, I got a quest complete. Yay, controller. I didn't realize that. I forgot all about the quest book. How funny is that? But we're going to want one of each processor. So let's make sure that we make that happen. So we're going to want... See, I already look forward to having a better way of doing this, but it's all good. Cool. I think that works. For now, at least. Nice. Quest complete processors. That's cool. Might as well do the quests, right? Yeah, disk drive is totally the next thing I want to make. So that just needs an advanced processor, so that's cool. Another one of you and a chest should get me the disk drive. Nice. And then we were going to get a grid, which needs some glowstone and some quartz, I believe. This guy's quartz, right? Yeah, the destruction core is quartz. Oh, I need another gold one of these dudes. You smelt it up. Luckily, we have a fast smelter. And yeah, I'm wasting coal. I know. I'm sure I know. But that's all right. I'll live. And I can upgrade you to a crafting grid like super quick with another one of those diamond dudes. Right? So we get one of those, we get one of those, and now suddenly crafting grid. Sweet. I wouldn't mind a little bit of cabling. Maybe 2 sets? That should be good. Yeah, that's what's up. And with all that done, I also cleared out an area for what's going to be the brains of my operation as it relates to this mod. So how do we want this to work in here? We can do a few things, right? So this exists underneath the center room that I spawned in originally. So there's the dirt that I've been growing my trees on, right? So how do I want this lineup to work? So what I could do, like ideally we'd probably want our terminal, our crafting grid, in the wall there. Oh, hello. Sweet. Oh, that's right. I made this room a little bit bigger than a 9x9, didn't I? So you can be my controller, right? And we'll pop our disk drive down. That should be cool. That looks nice. We just need some power then. And while I'm working on power, there's a thing that I'm probably going to want to change about my setup as it relates to power. Extra Utilities has a wireless power system, right? And that doesn't look too terrible. And I kind of want to do it, even though it's like a lot of redstone, but I really kind of want to do it because it'll save me in the long run. So we should have some of these guys, and we should have one of these. And you know what, I don't know if I have a spot for you to live, but I'll put you in there for now. So you, sir, we're going to want at least one of you so that we can do this. And then we're going to want one of these. So that means another one of these guys. And that'll get me 4 of these, right? And that's super, super cool. Because you know what that means? Well, it means a few things. First off, we're going to pop you... You know where I could put you? Here seems like a beautiful spot to put you. Right? That means I can put you over here because these things are capable of doing 80 RF a tick per machine that they touch, right? And you're using exactly 80 RF a tick. So if I were to, I don't know, for example, pop this dude right here, boom, he's able to connect to that and serve that tile. And now when we remove this line, he's getting all the power he needs. So you know what's good about that? Is he's getting all the power he needs without all this wiring. See all this wiring that we're saving? It's the bomb. So that's cool, right? Ta-da! Much cleaner. You just need power now, Mr. Controller. So, I mean, you're not going to be using 80 RF a tick just yet, but you will eventually break 80 RF a tick. So I feel like the smart move would be... Now, hopefully I have enough of these, but I feel like we're just a little bit shy. And if I am, I am. It is what it is. I'm really bad about having torches on me, aren't I? So what we'll do... I just want to be prepared for the future, because what I'm going to do, if I just put the 80 RF a tick thing on there, which is typically something I would do, I know I'll just get to a point where, oops, we don't have 80 RF a tick anymore. Wah, wah, wah. And then we're using too much power, and that's bad. So how's that look? Pretty fancy? So you've got all the power you need. Nice. Some cables, a disk drive, and I remember that I forgot to connect this guy, actually. So you do, in fact, have to be... run like that. And ta-da! Online. Nice. How cool is that? Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, trashing some of you. And you guys can go away. And everybody's happy again. So let's get like a couple 4K drives. You know what? Didn't I get like... I almost forgot that I had these. So this makes refined storage like comically trivial because we now have like a stupidly large amount of storage. We have 512,000 items can be stored in our refined storage system at this point, which is pure comedy because normally like the challenge of refined storage is making larger disks, and we were given 8 64K storage drives, which is like amazing, right? So like let's do this. Oh, I love that. I love everything about that. I'm not even gonna like bother. We're just gonna do this. Like let's just dump it all in. Who cares, right? At this point. Can you vein mine chests? Hey, guess what I just learned today? You totally can vein mine chests. Hooray! It works really well. How cool is that, huh? Not too shabby. Whee! Dumping resources into our refined storage system. And suddenly, we are up and running with refined storage. No auto-crafting just yet, obviously, but that's cool. So like, let's make sure that I have all kinds of things I like to be. So I usually like to just do JEI synchronized. And that should be cool. Now we might have some sticks. Oh, hello. That works. Good enough. Good enough. Wow, that is cool. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be because I totally forgot I had those 64K drives. That is super awesome. Like, we could totally hook up, like, this thing and make it so that it dumps in. Like, there's a lot we can do now to make our lives a little bit easier now that we have refined storage up and running. And I love it. I love it. I'm a fan of where we're at right now with refined storage and all that good stuff. Yeah, let's do this one. And I think what I would be smart to do is get those ore pieces. Can I do that? No, I can't, but I can do this. Just to convert them, since I'm here looking at it, you know what I mean? Cool. So there's no other pieces that we need to worry about? Nah, we're good. So if I wanted to be like super cool, which I kind of do want to be super cool, who doesn't? Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun to grab a chest? I don't think we need like that good of a chest, but this should work. Can I do you? If I put 2 stacks of sand in there, what gets sucked in? Auto input enabled. I did that. It's not exactly what I wanted to have. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that to happen. So that if we have a bunch of sand in there, it only goes into that spot. Nice. Metallurgical flux slot locked. That's what we want 100%. And then we do that. And then you should pull in to the inventory. And then what we should get, we should probably set up some kind of chest for exporting. At least for now, until we get like another way of doing it. But what that'll get me, FYI, is more rich slag, right? So I can auto smelt resources with all this sand. And they'll double. Remember, that's ore doubling, right? So osmium ore chunks, we got 2 osmium from that. When this runs again, it'll be 4 osmium. So remember, this does ore double, right? Sand plus whatever ore ingot in the induction furnace is doubling. So it's the same as running them through a pulverizer and then smelting them over here. But A, we're not using fuel, and B, we have a chance to get rich slag, which I can use later for my mystical agriculture stuff. I'm very thrilled right now. Can you tell? I don't know, can you? I hope so. So that's cool. What I get, like, quest reward-wise? So for our controller, we will claim a reward For our processors, we will claim a reward. For our disk drives, we can claim a reward. And for our crafting grid, we can claim a reward. So security manager and wireless crafting grids are all sounds cool. 1 to 64K storage disks. Yeah, I'm probably not going to make these anytime soon. And then auto crafting, right? Which I totally want to get into. But let's first open our loots. So hey, stone and wood. Wah, wah, wah. What happened to my amazing loots? That's not amazing. Invar hammer. That's kind of nice. Ooh, alchemical bags? Yeah, ultra rare rewards. I like that. And then wyvern cores from Draconic Evolution. Okay, that's a thing. So I guess these guys, like, those are some pretty big bags, to be fair. I don't know. Let's just keep one, because it's rarely would I need to have multiples, right? But, like, we could get, like, a wrench and our hammers, and any other, like... Any other tools could go in there? And now we have a nice place to store, you know, resources like that. Like, we could get our exchanging gadget can go in there too, right? That's neat. And can't you do something with these? You can dye them. Is there some trick with alchemical bags? You can put things in them, right? Man, it's been so long since I played with Equivalent Exchange. That, like, and I've never played with Project E before. Like, for whatever reason, it's not like I'm going out of my way to avoid it, but I've just never had it in a pack that I've played. So there's that. That's cool. All right, so with this all taken care of, let's recharge our drill a little bit, because I did drain it while building this room out. Crafter? Should we do crafter? And then we can have some automated crafting, and that would be cool. So, you. What's involved? We're totally going to need some of you. So like 1, 2 of you. You really need 2 diamonds per crafter? Because that hurts, bro. That's a painful experience right there that you're putting me through. But boy, am I excited for some automation. Just so we have, you know, the quest reward. Because who knows, maybe I'll get something stupid like a Skullfire Sword. Beheads skeletons and scorches them black. With looting 25 and when in main hand, plus 999 attack damage. It's unbreakable and it comes from Avarita. What? 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 That's the crafting recipe for it, just in case you were curious. That's a sword. Okay, crystal matrix ingot. This isn't even its final form, which is typically crafted with some nether stars and some diamond lattice, which is a bunch of diamonds. So that's a sword. I need to, like, find some mobs. Turn you off, bro. Make some mobs for me, would you? Like, how ridiculous is this, right? So these are what? Regular skeletons? Oh, hello. What? And hey, those caused wither skeletons to drop. Hello. Well, that's a thing. With no less than looting 20... Like, not looting 5, right? Because that would be ridiculous, right? Not looting 10, because that would be absurd. Looting 25. What? I can never lose this sword. I need to, like, store this sword. Like, that is just comedy right there waiting to happen. Like, I don't even know how to react to that level of ridiculousness. That's like a one-hit kill on a wither, isn't it? Is that going to be a one-hit kill on a wither? Like, I need to find out if that's a one-hit kill on a wither. Because part of me thinks, like, yeah, that's probably going to be a one-hit kill on a wither, but I just really don't know. Okie dokie then. That is funny. Like, I'm not even gonna... I'm gonna store this in my bag, just in case, right? And are these bags, like, bound to players or something, so that if I do lose it, it shouldn't be the end of the world? Maybe? I don't know. But I definitely don't want to ever lose this sword, because that is, like, comedy level of shenanigans right there. Sorry, I got distracted by a looting 25 sword. I was doing something with refined whatever. I don't know. Wow. Okay, so that exists. So let's make you a wall of crafting, right? Does that sound good? Is reborn storage in this pack? Because I feel like that's a really good mod to have in a pack if you're going to have refined storage. The answer is yes, reborn storage does exist. So we're not going to do it yet because these are actually surprisingly, believe it or not, rather expensive. Anytime I've done a reborn storage setup, I like immediately regretted how much resources I needed. But knowing that it's in the pack is nice, right? So we will get there eventually. For now, we'll just do a little wallow crafting setups, which, you know, we can totally do. Hope that connects to the machine properly. I don't really know. That works. So now we have a crafter up and running. Looting 25. Like, where do I go from here? Like, what do I even do with that knowledge? That I have a looting 25 sword. How do I react to that in appropriate ways? This pack is fun. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's fun. It makes me crack up. It sees things that I've never seen before. To be fair, Everita's also been in, like, at least 1 or 2 packs that I've played with in the past. Right? Like, I know that mod. I've actually never really used it. But I also know that it's been in packs in the past. And usually it's, like, so far end game that I've never gotten a chance to actually sit down and mess with it. So... Alright, let me compose myself after receiving a looting 25 sword, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I think my next task, now that I remember that I'm actually, like, doing things, would be to make a pattern grid, right? So to make this happen, first we're going to need a grid, right? Which needs some of this, and then some of that. And then a pattern grid just needs a blank pattern, which needs a healthy amount of redstone, which we are still comically a bit low on. So, are you cool here with lighting? You're super not cool with lighting. How do I want to handle this? I would love it if... Is Thaumcraft in this pack? No. What kind of lamp options are there? There's that dude. Prevents natural spawning. Flat lamp from X-Stones. X-Stones, huh? It's been a while since I played with that. We'll figure it out. We'll think of something. For now, I hate having torches on the floor. It's like a personal distaste that I have for having torches on the floor, but when you gotta do things, you gotta do things. It is what it is. Where were we? We were figuring out what we were gonna do next. So maybe like a quick pattern. Oh, and you should probably be that as well. Not that pattern. This pattern. Right? So I'm going to want that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and then we can put that in our crafter, and we should be able to auto-craft. Cool? Alright, so that's looking good. Alright guys, so pattern crafting is a thing. However, how are we for redstone at this point? Not great. I've been better. And we're probably also getting a little bit low on diamonds, because I had about 10 of those, and we used 6, it seems. So we definitely have a ways to go with diamonds. So why don't we do this? Let's come back next episode. Lucky egg from hatchery, huh? That's neat. Look at all those cool things you get. Let's come back next episode, and we will do some stuff and things that will equate to a better refined storage system, more automation. I will probably get some more resources between episodes. Out of curiosity, what's a diamond seed look like? That's a tier 5 seed, so we need to get like a huge amount of essence in order to get to the point where we can have diamond seeds. But totally doable, right? And ultimately, you need a lot of diamond essence to get diamonds. So diamond seeds are going to be like, diamonds are going to be hard to automate with this setup, but doable, just tricky. But I've already started working towards getting, like I said, some rich slag. And I've been looking at this augment called Nutrient Recovery. Provides a chance to not consume fertilizer. So if we use rich slag to get rich phytogrow, we get 16 per. So for 4 rich slag, we get a stack of rich Phyto Grow. And I'm not 100% sure what this means, but I was looking at like the Team COFH website where they have a list of all how their things work. It says if you have one of these augments installed, it's a 20% chance for fertilizer reuse. It also increases energy use, but I'm not too worried about that. 2 is 40, 3 is 60, 4 is 80% chance, but then it says installed amount 5 is 95%. I've never seen a machine that can take more than 4 augments, even when like fully upgraded to the top tier, right? Like, or am I crazy? And it has all the way up to like, so it says 5 is 95%, and then 6 is 95%, 7, 8, and 9 installed augments are all 95%. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I thought 4 was the maximum augment slots that you could have. And if that's the case, then there's like an 80% chance that you won't use it. So long story short, if we put like 4 augments into that machine, he really super duper wouldn't need that much Phyto Grow. And even taking it one step further, we can energize this stuff in an energetic infuser. And then when we do these seeds, it basically like triples the output. So you'll get 3 of a resource per pulsating iron seed, or whatever seed you're getting, you'll always get 3 of that resource, right? Unless you would get more normally. So it basically like triples what your normal output would be. That's cool. And there's a lot of seeds. There's a lot of seeds. And you know what else I found? There's a lot of chickens. Holy cow, are there a lot of chickens. I didn't realize how many chickens there are. But there's a lot of these dudes, dude. So like chickens, it seems like there's not that many. But like there's rich slag chickens. Did you know that? I knew that because I found it in JEI. So like there's chickens that make rich slag. So if we really wanted to go crazy with rich slag production, we could do that. I'm probably going to wind up doing a mix of chickens and crops. But I don't know, we'll see. Oh, by the way, I also flipped this to area mode just to see how well it worked out. And it seems to be working out pretty well. And it doesn't seem to be killing my power, so that's nice. Anyway, wrapping up point for the episode. Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and continue along this pack, which I just want to remind you guys, I just received a Looting 25 sword. Okay, guys, take it easy.